Times are changing, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we are finally going to see the end of Reinhardt being an almost mandatory pick in pretty much every single game mode. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Stylosa and this is Unit Lost, and let's talk about Reinhardt. Look at this, 50,000 damage. Yeah, that's what I just blocked in a game. That is a record for me. It's not necessarily a record that I wanted, but 50,000 damage blocked. And you know what? I didn't even play Reinhardt for that entire game. I played Zarya for like a quarter of that match. I can't even, it's just crazy. There is so much damage flying around and it's insane, and it's going to change the meta of Overwatch. And so what I want to talk about in this video is the way in which the front-loaded DPS is massive now, and how using Reinhardt pre-Sombra patch is probably going to go out of the window because it's just not sustainable. You'll see in this clip how fast my barrier gets ripped down. And I do have other clips which I'm going to show after this one, where I want to show you D.Va and sort of how this is changing, because it's already changing right now, and it's a brave new world, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm a Reinhardt player. I played a ton of Reinhardt. I've got like 40 hours of Reinhardt in Season 2. It's crazy. I play a lot of Reinhardt. I really enjoy the sort of the tactical play, the slow advance of Reinhardt, and that's great. But you cannot deny that Reinhardt, well, he's pretty much in every single game. In every kind of game mode. Because if you don't have a Reinhardt, it's very difficult to advance, because you need that protection of the barrier. The thing is now, the barrier lasts for like a fraction of the time it used to, because of two things. The first thing is Soldier 76. He is right back in the meta. Like, that was a very nice Earth shower as well. He is like a beast, right? So he does a lot of damage, like much more damage than he used to do, and he can constantly just burn down Reinhardt barriers. If he's getting damage boosted by Mercy, it's just even more ridiculous. If he gets nano boost, my god, he's just going to kill everybody. But it's basically Goodnight Vienna for Reinhardt's barrier. It just evaporates. But there's another change as well, and that's D.Va. D.Va is extremely strong right now. Whether she'll stay how she is, I don't know. But she is extremely strong. So you see a lot of teams using D.Va. Now, D.Va and Soldier firing against the Reinhardt barrier will just, it's gone. You may as well not even bring the barrier up. In this game, we've got a Roadhog and a Soldier. Now, Roadhog is very good at destroying the barrier anyway. But the Soldier and the Roadhog, you'll notice how fast my barrier just gets completely ripped down. So the question is this bad for the game? What is going to happen? I think it's great for the game, because what this is going to do is just change up the meta in a really good way, because we can now use different tank combinations. I have been playing quite a bit of D.Va and Winston, where generally I would always play the Reinhardt, because you would be crazy to play the Winston or the D.Va. Now, obviously, D.Va's really strong, so you can kind of use the D.Va, but the Winston is still effective. Zarya is... Actually, let me just talk about Zarya for a second. Zarya is really effective. Zarya has been nerfed in terms of her damage sort of charge, so she gets 20% less off her barriers, but she actually does more damage because they've changed the way her weapon works. So when you're tracking targets, you're pretty much doing damage to them constantly, whereas before it sort of pulsed in and you kind of could miss and it was hard. So if you aim at somebody and you touch them, they take damage. So actually she's got almost better DPS now, which is kind of a weird one. So she's been nerfed, but actually she's kind of been buffed in a way, so it's weird. So Zarya is very effective. Like in this case here, right, I've got my barrier, I'm moving forward, there is a McCree, he's high nooning, that's great, right, he can't do nothing to me. Soldier 76, when he drops his ultimate, you put your barrier in his face and be like, no Soldier, that's fine. But what you'll notice that is starting to happen now, Soldier will get nano boosted by Ana, and Soldier will annihilate your barrier. Like, basically there's a lot of ways to just get rid of Reinhardt's barrier now. So if you want to keep playing Reinhardt, which I will, and Reinhardt will probably still be the character which I probably play the most, along with him and Zarya, is you can't just keep your barrier up. Like, you can't just walk forward like you did before. Like, the old days of just pressing right mouse button or whatever the button is on console and then walking forward are just gone, because you cannot walk forward into this massive front-loaded DPS. It is insane how much damage is going around right now. Whether the game will settle into this, I don't know. But all of the games that I've played so far on ladder have been really friggin' interesting, even with crazy team compositions. It just makes it more interesting to play. Like, you haven't got this stale meta where it's just like, oh, we need a Reinhardt, oh, we need this, we need that. Which is cool if you play the Reinhardt like me. It's like, yeah, you need it in every single game. But now, it's like, well, maybe you should change the Reinhardt. You would never have heard that. And I mean never have heard that, like, before the Sombra patch. And also Sombra herself, right? So what we've got in this patch is Soldier 76 doing way more damage. We've got D.Va, who is a beast, like an absolute beast. She moves faster when she fires, and she's got more health. She's got 600 combined armor and health. She's just a monster, and with defense matrix as well, she can just do whatever. So if you've got D.Va and a Soldier on a team, they're going to annihilate Reinhardt's barrier. But then we've got Sombra as well, and Sombra can hack Reinhardt, and I've seen very effective use of this. Get in behind, hack the Reinhardt. He's got no barrier. With a Reinhardt without a barrier in a defensive position, like, I don't know, Temple of Anubis, he may as well not even be there. Like, he cannot do his job. It's so bad. But good. Like, I'm not saying it's bad, it's good. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is bad for the game. I think this is actually good for the game. But anyway, let's go back into this. So, this is on Hanamura, and you can see they do not have a Reinhardt. We do. They've got a D.Va, and they've got a Soldier. Now, luckily, we've just lost our Soldier. But their D.Va and Soldier, look at my barrier. Like, I cannot stand in that choke. Whereas before I could, because they would have a Reinhardt and we would poke each other back. My barrier is going to go. It's destroyed. Like, I literally cannot do anything. So I'm like, shit, let's just start swinging. And I think I got booped back by the Pharah and then got taken out. So, same game, I'm going to now play D.Va on defense. And you'll notice how this is just completely different. Also, I am burning through the Zarya barrier there because just don't respect the barriers, burn through them. So, what we've got here is me playing as if I'm playing Reinhardt, but with D.Va. And it's kind of the same sort of thing. Only you can do damage, right? So I realised there was a Mercy there, so I dived onto it. So if you watch what I'm going to do in this clip is kill the Soldier, because I don't know where he's going. Like, I mean, what's this about, Soldier? Look at that aim. Look at that aim. Just spray and pray. Tell me I kill him, yeah. 15 health. Jesus Christ, that was close. But what I'm going to do is just still play like the Reinhardt. Use the defense matrix like my barrier. Obviously, you can't block Zarya, so I don't know what the hell I was trying to do there. But, like, she sort of has almost taken over Reinhardt's role, which is kind of weird, but it's the old Reinhardt role, because I think Reinhardt needs to think of, well, we've got to collectively think of a different way of playing him now, because you can't just stand in chokes with him and be like, yes, I'm the boss, because there's so much damage, like insane levels of damage. Like, look at this, right? I am out in the open, Zarya is bubbling me, it's cool, I've got 600 frigging combined armor and health, it's just ridiculous. I'm getting healed, I'm a massive tank. Okay, they're probably getting a lot of ulti charge off me, but whatever, at least I'm not dying. I've got defense matrix, which I can use just to block projectiles coming in. I can be mobile, I can dive onto people. I think... Oh, yeah, this was really good. It was a good job I May drop the wall. I was shouting on the comms like, May drop the wall! And she did, and managed to get that. Because obviously you've got this ultimate as well, which is quite powerful. And will combo really well with Zarya. So I think what we're going to see is a lot of D.Va and Zarya, almost as the standard tank combination going forward. But, like, Reinhardt will still have a place. But what's his place going to be? Like, I'm still trying to... It's still a very difficult thing to work out. Because... I don't know, like, it is a brave new world. It's absolutely a brave new world. Like, you can see me now, like, I am literally just playing like I would play Reinhardt. I'm standing in the choke, but I'm D.Va. Like, I would never have done this before. It's like, what? I'm D.Va? What am I doing? Like, it feels really weird to play D.Va like this. But D.Va's just a friggin' monster. It's like she can do 3 different things. She can be a tank, she can be an assassin, she can be DPS. She's just crazy. She's just crazy. The shit is crazy. So, let's just recap what I've gone over there, just to keep you guys with me. Let's sort of too long didn't read kind of thing. We are now in an age of Overwatch where Reinhardt is no longer the dominant tank. He has been dominant since the game began. And everybody always used to say, right, what's going to happen with Reinhardt? Like, he's never going to leave the meta. He's like Lucio, right? How could you... I mean, even I said this, right? The fact Reinhardt can project this barrier makes him invaluable, right? Why would you not take a Reinhardt? Like, you would just always have him. You look at the very highest level of the game, you always see Reinhardt. You look at pretty much any level of the game, you would always see a Reinhardt, right? Without a Reinhardt, it's very hard to break chokes. But that's just not the case anymore. Because if the enemy team has a Reinhardt in the choke, and you don't have a Reinhardt, that means that by default, you do a shitload more damage. Because maybe your Reinhardt is now playing D.Va, or maybe you've got a Winston and a Zarya combo, or maybe you've got Soldier, or maybe you've just got even extra DPS, which is also starting to be a thing right now, where you'll have like triple DPS, which is just crazy. And the game, oh, it's so mad. It is so crazy. Like, I want to know what you guys think about this in the comments below, because it's not difficult for me to sum up, but it feels really strange. But I don't want you guys to think that I'm saying this is bad, because I think this is awesome for the game. If they can keep injecting life into the way the game is played by changing up the meta, that is awesome. Okay, it's bad for people who maybe just play Reinhardt, or people who like have played characters that have maybe been sort of reduced in power, let's say. But on the other hand, you have to be flexible because it's Overwatch. You know, you can't just go in and expect to just blindly play one character just because that's the character you're going to play. You have to be flexible. And I think we're going to see a lot of this now, especially if we just talk about the pro gamers for a second. I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of people who can just play like a McCree. Like, you need to be good at other characters. You need to be good at Soldier, McCree, Reaper. You can't just play one character or just be a Reinhardt tank. There are a lot of tanks out there, especially in the pro scene, who just play Reinhardt. They might play other characters on the off chance kind of thing, but they're Reinhardt mains. And Reinhardt, well, I don't think he's going to be as powerfully as he was. And this is kind of what Overwatch should be, right? You should be able to pick from the pool of heroes pretty much at any time. I know that's going to be impossible to achieve, but it doesn't half make the game like super interesting. Like, I'm going to go off and play Overwatch after I finish making this video, and I'm going to go into a game and I'm going to want to play a tank, but I'm going to see it's probably not going to be Reinhardt to begin with. It might be, it might not be. Maybe we'll go triple tank, maybe we'll go 4 tanks, who even knows? Like, the meta is just completely out of the window. But one thing is for sure, there is so much more damage flying around right now that the age of Reinhardt just walking forward with his barrier is totally gone. Like, is absolutely, please heal me, Mercy, thank you, is absolutely gone. Like, you are never probably going to see that again unless they just nerf Soldier and nerf other people to sort of rein the damage back in, because it is such, like, explosive. It's not, I mean, I got ulted there, so I got absolutely wrecked, but it's just highly explosive damage. That was also a very nice ultimate by D.Va, because you just can't, wow, it's just great. Honestly, guys, it's friggin' amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Oh my god. You know what, I'm going to leave the video at that. I want you guys to comment, like I just said earlier, on the video below. If you play Reinhardt, I am very interested in what you think about the current changes to Reinhardt, because the game's changing, guys. My god. Alright, guys, I've been Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.